for that is where you and I are going to spend the rest of our lives. And remember, my friends, future events such as these will affect you in the future. You are interested in the unknown, the mysterious, the unexplainable. That is why you are here. And now, for the first time, we are bringing to you the full story of what happened on that fateful day.
Hello and welcome back to the PetToon channel. Today's episode is going to be high in quality, as you will soon see, interest and controversy. First off, we're going to the very, very popular Ask Johnny segment. Here it comes. Good morning, Johnny. It's great to be back in the PetToon studios for another edition of Ask Johnny. Yeah, welcome, Johnny. Welcome again. Roger, get him his bloody cup of coffee. You've had one job. Get him. Yes. We have a letter from Huxley, and he's from the Seychelles. Hello to everybody in the Seychelles Islands. Great fans of the PetToon channel. Huxley, he has asked a question. Johnny, recently the Philippines government, via a spokesperson, told the Chinese government to get the F out of the South China Sea.
China has been told to get the out of disputed waters in a stunning diplomatic war of words over the South China Sea. Philippines Foreign Affairs Secretary Teodoro Locsin demanded an end to what Manila calls the illegal presence of hundreds of Chinese boats inside the Philippines' EEZ.
Right, yeah. Have you ever had the inclination of telling the government or a government official to get the F out of anywhere? Have I ever felt like telling a politician or a government to F off? Why, yes, I have indeed. And I think there's some countries, like China, that might be getting a little bit too big for their boots, and everyone should be telling them the same thing. Now, there's a tendency with diplomats, when they have a bit of trouble, mainly with China, that they take them out for dinner to a nice restaurant and try and cadoodle up to them and get them to do things that way. They might go and see the Queen if they're in England, or go to a big restaurant in Washington, or even here in good old Canberra. And I'm not sure that's the way we've got to go about things. Yes, of course. I think if there was a lot more plain speaking, things would get done. But I tried to tell my local politician to F off once. I even went to his office, went up to the girl at the counter and said, is such and such in, because I won't name him. And she said, yes, he's here as a matter of fact. Do you have an appointment? And I said, no, I don't have an appointment. And she said, what was the question you'd like to ask him? I said, no question. I just want to tell him to F off. Oh, you old devil. And I couldn't get in to see him. Shut down. They wouldn't even talk to me. And I thought it was a travesty. You're joking. And this is simply not on. You're elected politician. It's supposed to be accessible to you for any questions you want to put to them, or any comments you want to make. Yes, of course. Well said, Johnny. Anyway, it's been a pleasure talking with you again this morning on our Here's Johnny segment. No worries, Johnny. You're a bloody good interviewer. So we'll see you next time. Now, if you have any questions you want Johnny to answer, either me or the other bloke, send them in. Leave your comments below. And as I've said in the past, we may even read them out on air. Now, something I learned early on was you want to cut your costs and your time down as much as you can. It didn't take me long to discover that there are plastic utensils out there, paper plates, and all sorts of that sort of stuff that you can just temporarily use, and when you finish, just throw it out. You don't have to do any dishes. You can get plates like these, and knives and forks, In fact, anything a young bloke needs to make it easier for him. Let's face it. But there are limits. There are limits to what you can do, especially where the ladies are concerned. If you've got a lady coming over for dinner, chuck those ordinary paper plates back in the cupboard. Get yourself a set of paper plates with some nice floral designs on them. That's going to make a good impression. Because after all, a good impression is what we're all trying to make. Wine has long been a method for young bachelors to get his lady friend who's come around for dinner, to get his lady friend, shall we say, in a happier mood. But don't go out and get that expensive stuff. It's not appreciated. You can get some cheap stuff, really cheap stuff from eBay, sent through, and hide it in the cupboard for Christ's sake. For Christ's sake, don't let us see you pouring it into a glass. Do that out in the kitchen. Same with glasses. Like the plastic cutlery, you can get beautiful plastic wine glasses through eBay, cheap as hell. I have a couple of them on the table, one for you, one for her. Pour that cheap wine in there, bring it in, and she'll never bloody know the difference. Now, as I've said for cooking, for you young blokes, you young bachelors out there, it's best to stay away from the ovens, as I said the other day. Ovens can be big trouble for young blokes, inexperienced young blokes. Here's what can happen. And that can lead to this. And that can lead to this. So it's very obvious. You young blokes have to keep away from ovens. Follow my recipes. There'll be more coming. You young blokes have to keep away from ovens. Keep away from ovens. Well, art-wise, artistically speaking, all this talk of China and telling them to F off and everything has inspired me to do a little cartoon about the whole situation. And here it comes. Anyway, that's the end of the show. It's been tremendously exciting from my point of view. I love interviewing myself. Who wouldn't? But as I said, that's all for today, and I'll see you next time.